Hello and welcome to the TexaSwaraVyuha.
And howdy to the global audience from the big state of Texas here in the USA. I am Jayashree Murthy from Indian Fine Arts Academy here at Dallas Fort Worth, welcoming you all to Texas Swaravyuha, a unique Carnatic music themed game show hosted by Vidwan Saketharaman all the way from Chennai. Now, this has been a Tri City effort, and we are very fortunate to be collaborating with Classical Art Society of Houston and Antarnada of Austin. I have representatives from both those organizations with me here, Mrs. Srividya from CAS Houston and Mr. Rohit from Antarnada of Austin. A very warm welcome to all of you, and a very warm welcome to all the teams across the three cities, and a hearty welcome to our show host, Saket Ramanji, and his lovely wife, who I'm told will be keeping the score. Now, about a little bit about the show itself. I know this is a game show with teams and points and whatnot, but this is less of a competition than it's more of a fun and interactive way to explore the nuances of Carnatic music with our very knowledgeable show host. With that spirit, welcome you all. I hope you all enjoy the show. And over to you, Srividya. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Srividya Sridharan, and I am a board member with Classical Arts Society Houston. Classical Arts Houston is a premier organization which brings South Indian fine arts to the Indian community here. Last year's we've been bringing the program to global audience through a virtual mode on Facebook and YouTube. We immensely thank you on behalf of Classical Arts Board to Ms. Jayashree from IFA, Antarnada, and Vidushri Rajarajeshwari Bhatt, the two groups of Houston are ma'am students here. Thank you.
Thank you all. Antanada was very excited when the concept of this program was brought forth by Jayashree ji from Dallas. And we, of course, jumped in and said, yes, let's do the Tri-City event. I'm Rohit from Antarnada, one of the founders of Antarnada. And one of our goals here for Antarnada has been to promote all the youngsters that are learning music here and provide them a platform for their public performances, So our motto has always been to, nurture the local talent and make them into global stars. That's what Antanada stands for. Very happy to be a part of this program. I also have the great privilege of introducing our host today for the quiz, Mr. Carnatic Vidwan Saketharaman. Saketharaman ji, a very warm welcome to you. He actually needs no introduction um, in the world of Carnatic music. He is a great Carnatic musician. He is a prime disciple of Lalgudi Jayaraman, and he started learning music at an age of 4. His previous gurus have included Savitri Satyamurthy. He has also been trained into Padams and Javalis with Geeta Raja, and he is also learning, I think, Hindustani style from, or has learned Hindustani from T.V. Gopalakrishnan. So again, a very all-rounded Carnatic musician. Very warm welcome to you, Sakit Raman. And I am going to actually hand over the control to you. So you explain what this concept is that you had in your mind, and let us get the balls rolling with the three cities. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rohitji, for the lovely introduction. And it's a privilege for me to be hosting this unique Carnatic music game show today, TexaSwaraVyuha. And I think it's just an amazing thing that the three organizations from Texas, Classical Arts Society Houston, Antarnada Austin, are collaborating with the Dallas IFAA to come up with this unique Carnatic music game show. TexaSwaraVyuha. I think I don't need to elaborate much on the fact that as musicians we've been missing out so much on traveling to US, and the pandemic has kind of upset all of us in more ways than one. And I think classical musicians, especially Carnatic musicians, have been traveling to the United States almost every couple of years, and it has been kind of our bread and butter. And it's not only about the performances, but also about the hospitality that we've been meted out. It's about the experience that we have shared, the jokes that we have shared with each other. So the entire journey has been missing. And Margary 2021 was not the same as Margary 2019 without all the Rasikas from United States of America and other countries as well. And as Rasikas as well have been missing that experience of attending live concerts, especially of musicians from India. And they've also been missing out coming to India, especially during the Margary season. So I think it's just fabulous that the three organizations have come together in Texas and putting this game show virtually. My namaskaram to all the Rasikas who are participating in this game show globally from all over the world. All the best to all the participants who are contesting from the various cities. So without further ado, let me introduce the teams and the participants for today. So the teams have been named after raga names. So first team is called Amrita Varshini, Austin Amrita Varshini. Welcome, Austin Amrita Varshini. All the best to you. We have Ananda Nada Yogi, Aarti Shankar, Aditya Srinivasan, Srinivas Vadiraj, and Atriya Balaji. All the best to you. Next, we have Desh, Dallas Desh. So we have Rhea Rajesh, Saikrupaa Sathyanarayanan, SAI Nidhesh Alluri, Sridharan, and Venkat Devarajan. Welcome aboard. All the best to Dallas Desh.
Thank you.
Next, we introduce Hamsadwani, Houston Hamsadwani. So we have Sri Vidya, we have Jyoti Venkateshan, Pavitra Chandrasekaran, Madhura Sriram, and Dhruti Balaji. All the best to Houston Hamsadwani team. We do also have Trinity round as well, so I think it's very topical that you have the Trinity photo right behind you. Next, we have Andolika, Austin Andolika. Namaste. So, Sri Ranjani Darba, Shweta Ramachandran, Samarth Anantuni, Meda Anantuni, and Trista Bharadwaj. All the best to Austin Andolika. So we have two teams per city. So this was the second team from Austin. Next we have Dhanashree, Dallas Dhanashree. Namaste. So Neerak Chandrasekar, Krishna Thirumalai, Sidharth Kumar, Santhi Mahadevan, and Srimati Neyveli Ramalakshmi. Welcome. All the best to Dallas Dhanashree. And last but not the least, we have Hindolam, Houston Hindolam. Shraddha Mohan, Uma Gomati, Sanjay Shivakumar, Kritika Dwaraka Nath, and Bhargavi Chandrasekar. Right. Okay, so before we get started, let me just kind of spell out the rules. So there are going to be about 5 to 6 rounds for this game show today. Depending on the time, we'll see if we can accommodate a sixth round. And in each round, you will be asked to identify a composition. If you identify a composition, that will carry 10 points. There will be an additional bonus 10 points if you sing the composition or an element of the composition based on what the round is. So basically, if you identify the composition, it's about 10 points. If you sing as well, that's going to carry additional 10 bonus points. So that will become overall 20 points for the question if you get both of them right. There's not going to be any passing of questions due to paucity of time. So if a team is unable to answer, I'll be answering it, and we'll also have an audience round at the end of each round. So there are going to be questions exclusively for the audience, for our Rasikas, beloved Rasikas globally. So there are going to be exclusive questions for the audience as well. And if you have any questions, you could definitely ask me to repeat the question. I'll try to repeat every question a couple of times. But if you have any questions, I can repeat the question. And typically, you will have about, I would say, about 30 seconds to discuss and answer, identify the composition, and an additional 30 seconds to discuss before you sing. So that's about, overall, I think you will have a minute to identify and sing the composition. And obviously, we can be a little bit flexible, but not too flexible with the timing. So I would request the contestants that please adhere to the time constraints that we have, since we want to cover many rounds, and there are 6 teams here, so we are going to be hard pressed for time. So I request that all of you try to adhere to the time as far as possible. And with that intro, let me start with the first round. The first round is called Swara Laya. So the game show itself is TexaSwaraVyuha. So I thought let's start with Swara Laya. So this is actually an amalgamation of two concepts. So there would be the first one where you have to identify a composition based on a Laya concept, or based on a question that I would ask that is typically related to Laya. And once you identify the composition, you have to sing Kalpana Swaras for that composition. So that would be the Swara part. So I repeat, Swara Laya is the first round. The first thing you would have to do is to identify the composition based on the question that I ask, which is pertaining to Laya. The second part of it is you have to sing Kalpana Swaras for that composition that you identify. If you answer both, you get 20 points. If you answer one, you get 10 points. Of course, I don't think you can sing without identifying the composition itself. So it's going to be like identifying the composition first and then singing the composition, singing Kalpana Swaras for the composition. So first question goes to Austin Amritavarshini. So the first question of Swaralaya round goes to Austin Amritavarshini. I think people are...
Saket Ramanji, I am sorry to have come in and interrupted for a second here. We all are looking for broadcasting it to all the organizations. And right now, I mean, as you know, these are tech platforms, and things sometimes don't work right when you want them to work. So we have Facebook Live that is working for both Houston as well as Austin. We are looking to just press the Facebook Live for the Dallas team. So we are going to have a minute of interruption here. I apologize for it. Again, as I said, we tested this out completely last week, but there is always a technical glitch, as you can imagine. So the two live streams are working across Facebook for two organizations. There is one organization having a problem. So if you could give us just a minute to settle it, we will continue again with this round of questions. So Saketharamanji, in the meanwhile, if you would like to share any other experiences with the audience while we, in the meanwhile, fix this issue, we'll come back to this round just in a minute. Again, apologies for.
Yeah, no, I think that any online show or online concert is not complete without its share of technical glitches. That's by design we need to have that, and as we call it, the drishti, and it's better to have it at the start rather than during the course of the game show. So I think it's a fascinating experience for all the three organizations in Texas to come together and put up this because as I said, we want to have the live concerts happening pretty soon in US, and having artists from India and similarly Rasikas coming over to India to attend these concerts. In the meanwhile, I think what we have thought was that actually, like, let's try to recreate that experience. And I think there've been a lot of virtual concerts happening during this 2 year period. So why not do something different where we kind of make it more engaging for our contestants and audience, and for our rasikas, and then have some intellectual musical conversations, and it's a lovely way of getting together and knowing each other. And I think, like, typically, like, when we tour each city, mostly we just get to know the organizations in isolation, but when we do something like this, like the entire Texas state organizations coming together, I think it's pretty fascinating, and hopefully more such concepts happen throughout the US and other parts of the country as well. So definitely looking forward to hosting this game show very much as all the contestants and the rasikas are looking forward to answering the questions. So I also wanted to make this a little different from the typical quiz shows that happen. So it's not going to be a lot of theory, and typically quiz shows are more focused on the theoretical aspects of Carnatic music. This is going to be more focused on the practical aspects. So obviously there'll be questions, but then where the focus will also be on the singing part in terms of how you identify, not only about how you identify the composition, but also about even singing the composition or even the manodharma as well. So this is going to be a practical online game show. So I think hopefully people will find this interesting, more relatable, as well as something that all the people can kind of relate to. Uh, uh, so I think that's what has been the thought process behind organizing these rounds. So let me know, Rohitji, if this is still an issue, and we'll continue to wait uh, until the point Dallas Facebook stream comes up. I guess probably Rohit is kind of sorting out this issue with the Dallas stream.
Yes, Saket Ramanji, we are still in the midst of sorting that issue with the Dallas team for their FB stream, and I think give us just another minute or so, and we should be back. Thank you very much.
Sure. Yeah, in the meanwhile, maybe Austin Amritavarshini, perhaps the five participants, probably like I shouldn't use the word contestant, it's more about participation. So maybe if you can introduce yourselves in the while Rohit is trying to address the technical glitch. So maybe Ananda, Nadayogi, you could start.
Namaskaram. My name is Ananda Nadayogi. I'm a disciple of Sri Lalgudi G. Jayaraman sir and also Lalgudi G. J.R. Krishnan sir. So I live here in Austin. The last 7 years I have been teaching Carnatic violin and Carnatic vocal. Thank you.
Namaste. Aarti Shankar.
Namaskaram. My name is Aarti Shankar. I'm a Carnatic violinist, disciple of Sri Lalgudi G.J. Krishnan sir. I moved to Austin 2 years ago and I teach and perform.
About Aditya Srinivasan.
Namaskaram. My name is Aditya Srinivasan. I am a Carnatic violinist, student of Sri Ananda Yogi.
Srinivas Vadiraj.
Namaskaram. I'm a Carnatic violinist and a vocalist. I'm a disciple of Sri Vittal Ramalakshmi sir and Ms. Charumati Ramachandran.
Atriya Balaji.
Namaskaram. I'm a Carnatic vocalist and saxophonist. I learned from Srimati Shri Rajadeshwari Bhagwan and Shri Prashant Radhakrishnan.
So a lot of violinists from Austin Amritavarshini team. Dallas Desh, request you to introduce yourselves.
Namaskaram. My name is Rhea Rajesh. I'm a Carnatic vocalist and I learned from Vidwan K.N. Shashikira.
Namaskaram. My name is Saikrupaa Sathyanarayanan. I learned from Pooja Sivasubramanian and Kalyani Amaravati Garu, and I also attend workshops from Prince Ramavarma.
Namaste. My name is Neyveli Ramalakshmi, and I'm a Carnatic vocalist and violinist, and I learned from Sri Satya Krishnan.
Sridharan. Learned vocal from Venkat Devarajan here and also play the veena. Thank you.
My name is Venkat Devarajan, and it's clear that I'm in the wrong place after listening to the Austin heavyweights. But I'm just a rank amateur singer. Just know a few songs. That's all.
Moving on to Houston Hamsadveni.
Namaskaram. My name is Sridevi Josila. I'm a Carnatic vocalist.
Namaskaram. My name is Jyoti Balaji. I'm a vocalist and I have been learning from Neyveli Ramalakshmi.
Namaskaram. My name is Neyrak Chandrasekar. I'm a Carnatic vocalist and I've also been learning from Srimati Rajesh.
Namaskaram. My name is Madhura Sriram and I'm also a Carnatic vocalist and I've been learning from Srimati Rajesh.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Namaskaram. My name is Jyoti Venkatesan. I'm an amateur disciple of Sangeeta Kalanidhi Sri D.K. Jayaraman.
So I think we'll probably get started.
Yeah, let's get started. So we go back to the Austin Amritavarshini, and again, I think we are glad that at least two of these streams are working. We will keep working on the third one, and I hope the audiences from everywhere will log into one of the other two streams and at least listen to this wonderful program. Once again, some of these things cannot be anticipated in advance. In testing, they worked. Today, some of them are not working. So let's start the program.
All right. So let's commence round one. That is Swara Laya. I repeat, I will pose a question and you need to answer that question and then sing Kalpana Swarams for that composition. So if you identify the composition, it's going to be 10 points. If you sing Kalpana Swarams for that composition, that's going to be an additional 10 points. So that is overall 20 points for the question. And there's not going to be any passing. So in case you're not able to answer it, then we will probably just, I'll probably answer the question. Okay, so Austin Amrita Varshini, I think you would be familiar with the term Atita Yedupu, which is starting before the beat. So, so any composition which starts like before the beat is known as Atita Yedupu. So, can you identify a composition which starts 4 matras or which starts on the right on the 8th beat? Can you identify a composition which starts right on the 8th beat of the Kriti? I hope the question was clear. Like right on the 8th beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, the composition should start at that place, the 8th beat. And you can take 30 seconds to identify the composition, 30 seconds to sing if you do so. I'll start giving a clue in case you're not able to identify at the end of the 30th second. So this is a composition of Papanasam Shivan. Again, there could be multiple compositions as well. So I'm just giving one clue. The composition of Papanasam Shivan in the Ragam Mukari.
Is it Shivakama Sundari?
Absolutely. That is Shivakama Sundari. And if you could sing Kalpana Swarams as well for that.
Pa 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 ma va ra va va ma ga re sa ni da sa re ma ga re sa Shivakama pa pa ma va ni da sa ni da pa Shivakama Sundari.
Great. Thank you, Austin Amrita Varshini. We will probably give 15 points since there was a clue given. So instead of 20 points, we'll give 15 points since there was a clue given. It's a fabulous attempt. Thank you, Austin Amrita Varshini. Next, the question goes to Dallas Desh Team. So can you identify a composition in Mishra Triputa Talam? Mishra Triputa Talam. That's like 11 beats.
11 plus 2 plus 2.
So 11 beats, Mishra Triputa, as Sridharji was saying, 11 beats, 7 plus 2 plus 2.
What is it?
No.
So I will give a clue now. It is there is a composition of Mysore Vasudevacharya in the Ragam Ranjani on Lord Anjaneya.
I don't know either.
The composition of Mysore Vasudevacharya on Anjaneya in the Ragam Ranjani.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah. I don't know.
No worries. It's a tough one, definitely. It's Pranamamyaham. Pranamamyaham Shri Prana Natham Nirantaram Pranamamyaham Shri. So that is the composition of Mysore Vastavachari. I'm sure you will compensate in the further rounds to come.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Moving on to Austin. Sorry, moving on to Houston Hamsatwani. So Viloma Chapu, you'd have heard of this Edupu in Mishra Chapu. Like usually Mishra Chapu is 3 plus 4, right? Takkadimbi. Instead of that, Viloma Chapu is 4 plus 3, right? Takkadimbi. Takkita. 4 plus 3. Takkadimbi. Takkita. So in this, can you identify a composition of Tyagaraja Swami right there behind you in Viloma Chapu? Identify a composition of Tyagaraja Swami in Viloma Chapu.
Viloma Chapu. So basically, like Neyveli Ramalakshmi.
Yeah, similar to Neyveli Ramalakshmi, which is a composition of Shyama Shastri.
That's Shyama Shastri.
Okay. Yeah.
No, he's a Tyagaraja.
It's okay. I think Shyama Shastri.
I can give you a clue. It is one of the Lalgudi Pancharatnam. Again, there are multiple compositions. One of them is a Ratnam from Lalgudi Pancharatnam.
At least say it. It's okay. Right.
You can get 10 points if you identify the composition, even if you don't sing it.
Just say the name. Just say the name.
Yeah, probably we're running out of time. So it is Devashree Tapastirtha in Madhyamavati. I know sometimes this it rings a bell after somebody else answers the question. Devashree Tapastirtha. There is also Buddhi Radhu in Shankarabharanam. So I'm sure in the rounds to come you will definitely start scoring. Over to Austin Andolika. So Austin Andolika. So the question is, can you identify a composition in Kandajadi Tripudataram? Identify a composition in Kandajadi Tripudataram. I can give a clue if you need one. This is a composition of Mysore Vasudevachar in the ragam Riti Gode.
Oh, Mama Hriday. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Do you
I
want
can hear you.
Oh, okay. Okay, it is Mama Hriday in Ritigada.
Absolutely. Can you sing it for us?
Sure. Can you turn on the Shruti? Okay, there we go. Okay. Mama Hridaye Viharadayalu Sagari gama mama hridaye gamani ni damani ni sama gari sa ni damama sagama mama hridaye magari sa
Yeah,
ni
this is
sagam.
fantastic on Austin Andolika. Excellent. So I will give 15 points since you answered after a clue, but fabulous. So 15 points to Austin Andolika. The next question to Dallas Dhanashree. I think probably this is an easy one. So as we said, Atita Edupu, it starts before the beat. So name a composition of Tyagaraja Swami in Atita Edupu.
Barali Lagana Lola.
And can you sing for us?
Yeah, sure. Varali lagana lola surabala suguna jala bharita neelagala hridalaya shruti moola sukarunala bala bala yashuma varali lagana lola surabala
Thank you.
suguna jala bharita.
Thank you, Dallas Dhanashree team. Can you sing Kalpana Swarams for this?
Magarisa Sarigama Pamagari Varali Lagana Lola Pagani Sani Danida Padapama Varali Lagana Lola Samagamagari Sani Sarigama Varali Lagana Lola.
Fabulous. Thank you, Dallas Dhanashree. Excellent. 20 points. And I was actually thinking of Chede Buddhimanura in Atana, which was actually like one before, but this is fabulous, like in Tishra Khati. And okay. There's a first team to clock 20 points, so fabulous. Dallas Dhanashree team. The last question goes to Houston Hindolam. This is going to be probably the easiest question of this round. So a composition that starts Anagata Edupu, which is like after the beat, but 4 matras or 1 beat on the little finger samam. A composition that starts right on the little finger samam. A composition that starts right on the little finger samam.
Paripahimam Shri Dasharatheyan Ragam Shubhapant Varali.
Okay, can you sing for us?
Paripahimam.
So this one starts 1.5 beats. Like 1 beat after the from the samam, right on the samam from on the little finger.
Swararaga Sudha, but it's Retakalal. Is that okay? In Ragam Shankarabharanam.
Swararaga Sudha starts Ara Edam, right? Which is in Rendukalai. So yes. This is like right on the little finger.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, let me give you a clue. This is one of the Pancharatnams of Tyagaraja Swami.
Okay. Kana ruchira.
Unfortunately, that is not correct because that is actually in Ara Edam in Rendukalai. So this was like Endaru Mahanubavalu. It's right on the little finger. Unfortunately, Houston Hindolam this time couldn't open it, but definitely I'm sure you will start scoring big time from next rounds. And that kind of completes the first round. And we also have a round for the audience. And can you identify a couple of compositions of Tyagaraja Swami in Mishra Jampataram? Can you identify a composition of Tyagaraja Swami in Mishra Jampataram, which is 10 beats? So that kind of comes to the end of round 1. So the score is Austin Amritavarshini has scored 15 points, Austin Andolika has scored 15 points, and Dallas Dhanashree has scored the complete 20 points, while Dallas Desh, Houston Hamsadwani, and Houston Hindulam are yet to open their accounts. I'm sure they'll be doing so very shortly. So that kind of comes to the conclusion of Swaralaya round. And this was to kind of illustrate how many different varieties of talams and edupus that our great composers have employed. This was just a sample set to kind of illustrate the sheer genius of the various composers of Carnatic music in using the different edupus and different talams, the mathematically mind-boggling combinations that they have used. So next, we go to second round. This round is called Behind the Scenes. This round is called Behind the Scenes. So there will be a situation given to you, and you need to identify the song. So there is a lot of history, a lot of story behind every composition. All our compositions of our great Carnatic music composers have been outpourings to the divine, and there has always been a story connected behind every composition. So I will give a situation, and you need to identify the kriti. If you identify the kriti, it's going to be 10 points. If you sing Kalpanaswarams, sorry, this is not about Kalpanaswarams. If you just sing the kriti, that's an additional 10 points, so that will make it 20 points. So I repeat, if you identify the kriti, that will be 10 points. If you sing the kriti, the pallavi, the first line for us, that will be additional 10 points. And as with other rounds, there is not going to be any passing. So the first question goes to Dallas Desh. So Dallas Desh, I think like all of us are familiar with Taye Yashoda song in Todi Ragam, composition of Uthakadu Venkata Kavi. So this is, it's everybody knows that this is a song where all the gopis complain to Yashoda about Lord Krishna and his pranks. So can you name a Kannada equivalent? Can you give a Kannada song which actually talks about where all the gopis complain to Yashoda about Lord Krishna's pranks? I repeat the question. Identify a Kannada song, a song in language Kannada, not Raga Kannada, it's language Kannada, where the gopis go and complain to Yashoda about Lord Krishna's pranks.
Kannada, but I don't know if it's a theme.
I think it's right.
I think that.
Try that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Is it what you ask first?
You have to ask.
No, we have to sing it and we'll get
No, you can ask and then sing.
Ask and then
Okay. Is it Krishna Nibegane Bano?
Sorry, could you say it one more time?
Is it? Oh, okay, never mind.
I don't know if we know for sure it's not it.
It's not? For sure?
Did you even hear you? They are saying it is not.
We didn't hear.
It's okay.
Is it Krishna Nibegane?
Krishna Begane Baro is about asking Lord Krishna to come to us. Right? The whole composition is actually about.
What is it? Jagadodarna?
That's not Kannada.
Yeah, this
is
Jagadodarna.
Jagadodarna.
I think like this composition is entirely going to be where the gopis complain to Krishna, and then in the Charanam, Yashoda actually will give a befitting reply to say that actually like it's not his pranks. There's a composition of Purandaradasa, and that's set to tune in Mohana Ragam for the clue. Purandaradasa composition in Mokana Ragam.
Tuhire Rangana?
I don't know that composition, but maybe you could actually like give the lyrics and if the meaning is so.
Just sing it. That's it. That's it.
That's the first 4 lines. The first 4 words.
That's enough.
Tuhire Rangana, Tuhire Krishna, na 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 na, Tuhire. Na 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 na. I'm sorry, I don't know the lyrics properly.
That's fine. So I'll give 10 points since I mentioned a composition in Mokanam in Kannada language. So I'll give 10 points. It is actually Mella Mella Bandane. Mella Mellane Bandane Gopamma Kele. Mella Mellane Bandane Gopamma Kele. Mella Mellane Bandane. That's the composition where actually gopis complain to Krishna, and Yashoda gives her refutal. And so this is, I'll give you 10 points since I asked Mohanam in Kannada language. So I'll give you 10 points to Dallas Desh.
Thank you. Thank you.
Moving on.
Nice.
The next question goes to Houston Hamsadwani. So to Houston Hamsadwani, I think everybody is aware of Vari Marai Tirukade composition in Ragam Nate Kurinji, a composition of Gopala Krishna Bharadiyar, where Nandanar goes to have the darshan of Lord Shiva, but then Nandi is obstructing the vision. So Nandanar outposts and Gopala Krishna Bharadiyar's composition, Vari Marai Tirukade, for which Lord Shiva then actually makes a request to Nandi to make a move, since it's obstructing the vision for Nandanar. So Lord Shiva sings a composition where he requests Nandi to move, since it's obstructing Nandanar's vision. So this is a composition of Gopala Krishna Bharadiyar, again from Nandanar Charitra.
Really hard. Any clue? Can we have a clue? Because
yes, sure. It's a composition in Purvi Kalyani Ragam in Rupakataram. Composition in Purvi Kalyani Ragam in Rupakataram.
maybe has done, but that's not.
No. That's Neerak Chandrasekar. You can say it. I know this.
Right?
Sorry, missed you.
This has to be from Nandanar Charitram.
Yes. In case you're not able to identify, I'll still give you 10 points if you're able to sing Purvi Kalyani, Rupakataram, and Tamil.
Purvi Kalyani, Rupakataram. Yeah,
Thank you. I'll give you 10 points since you were able to identify the composition of Purvi Kalyani in Tamil. But this is actually Neelakanta Shivan's, what you sang this.
Yes.
The actual composition is Satre Vilagi Irum Pillai. Satre Vilagi Irum Pillai.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think Houston Hamsadwani, I think you know everything, but I think it's just that you're able to, it rings a bell after I say the answer. I think especially from next round.
Question, we know the round.
Yeah, so we'll give 10 points. Houston Hamsadwani, great. Thank you. The next, we go to Austin Andolika. While we are in, so this is a composition of Uttukadu Venkata Kavi on the poet, on the great Mahan Jayadevar who has composed the Gita Govindam. Uttukadu Venkata Kavi has composed a composition in praise of Jayadeva. So can you identify that composition? I can give you a clue if you need one. This is also incidentally in Purvi Kalyani Ragam, in Mishra Chaputalam, made very popular by the legendary Sangeeta Kalanidhi T. and Seshagopalan sir. I repeat, the clue is Purvi Kalyani Ragam, Mishra Chaputalam, popularized by the legendary Sangeeta Kalanidhi Seshagopalan sir. It's on Jayadeva. Yeah, give it a shot. Try. There's no negative mark, so you can sing. Yeah, just give it a shot. There's no negative marking.
Madhyamavati?
No, this is in Purvi Kalyani. I have given the clue that it's in Purvi Kalyani Ragam. Mishra Chaputalam. Or if you're able to...
I have... it's Padmavati Ramanan in Puri Kalyani Mishra Chapu.
That is correct. Can you sing the song for us?
Okay. I just know the first beginning.
Yeah.
So, Padmavati Ramanan.
Superb. Jayadeva Kaviraj Bhoja Sutta Padmapadanayanam. Beautiful. Padmavati Ramanam is the answer. Excellent. And give you 15 points. Austin Andolika is rocking. So next we go to Dallas Dhanashree. The 63 Nayanmars are most important for our tradition of Shaivism. There is a composition of Muthuswami Dikshidhar on one of the Nayanmars. Can you identify that composition? Composition of Muthuswami Dikshidhar on one of the 63 Nayanmar, on the 63 Nayanmars, one of the 63 Nayanmars. I think Dallas Dhanashree, I think you're Googling. It's okay if you use the mobile phone for Shruti, but not for Googling. But I think most of the questions are such that you won't be able to find the answers even if you Google. So let me give you a clue. It is a composition on Sundaramurti Nayanmar in the Ragam Takka. It's a composition on Sundaramurti Nayanmar in the Ragam Takka. It is there in Sangeeta Sampradaya Pradarshini as well.
If we sing another one, same ragam and talam, it goes
I can think of one kriti on all the 63 Nayanmars by Uttukadu.
Uttukadu.
But I don't know the Dikshidhar.
Right. Yeah, so this is Sundaramurtim Ashrayami in Takka. Sundaramurtim Ashrayami. Sundaramurtim Ashrayami. So that is the composition. I know it's a slightly tougher one, but I'm sure you will rock in the subsequent rounds. Thank you. Next question goes to Houston Hindolam. And Houston Hindolam, there is a composition of Tyagaraja Swami that he composed on Shankaranti Day. He composed on Shankaranti Day, on what we call as Pongal, right, in Tamil Nadu. Shankaranti Day, there is a composition. And I can give you a clue here, like it is one of the Sriranga Pancharatnams.
Yeah. Okay, is it Orangashai in Ragam Kamboji?
It is not, but I think like you can keep answering, so only 5, so if you're able to identify that. So by elimination, you should be able to guess it. So another clue I'll give, there's a composition in Saranga Ragam. Saranga Ragam of Tyagaraja Swami on Sriranga Pancharatnam. Yes, give it a shot. Even if you identify the composition, you will get points, even if you're not able to sing it. Okay, just sing a composition in Saranga Ragam, just any composition in Saranga, then I'll...
Inta modi seya.
Great. So I'll give you 10 points since you answered a question that Saranga sang the Varnams. The composition is actually Karuna Jodavaya. Karuna Jodavaya Ma Aiya Kavedirangai Srirangaya. So this composition is Karuna Jodavaya in Saranga. Next, we go to Austin Amrita Varshini. So there's a composition of Papanasam Shivan. Incidentally, I think last time also you got a composition on Papanasam Shivan. Papanasam Shivan on the great freedom fighter and poet Subramanya Bharatiyar. There's a composition of Papanasam Shivan on Subramanya Bharatiyar. Can you identify that composition? I can give a clue. It is in Ragam Harikamboji, popularized by the greatest Madhuramani here. Harikamboji Ragam, Papanasam Shivan, on Subramanya Bharatiyar, sung by Sangeeta Kalanidhi Madhuramani here.
Is there, do you know any about Harikamboji by Papanasam? Or we can just answer some Harikamboji or something.
This is not the right one, but
knowingly you're going to say the wrong answer. Okay, what is it? Oh, go ahead anyway.
Yeah. I mean, we'll attempt to sing a composition in Harikamboji.
So I think in Harikamboji of Papanasam Shivan.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah, Harikamboji of Papanasam Shivan, I can give 10 points for that. Not any composition in Harikamboji.
We don't know the answer, sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, you're able to sing Harikamboji? Okay, that's fine. So this is Pamalaiki Inai Undo. Subramanya Bharatiye Bhaktiyudan Todutha Pamalaiki Inai Undo. So this is the composition. There are a few compositions of Papanasam Shivan in Harikamboji Ragam. Yenadu Manam. And so I think this time probably Austin Amritavarshini, I'm sure you will score in the subsequent rounds. So that kind of brings to close the second round of behind the scenes. And there is a question for the audience as well. So we did talk about Taye Yashoda earlier. So Taye Yashoda, as we know, is a composition composed by Utakada Venkata Kavi, where the gopis complain to Yashoda. So in return, Lord Krishna gives his refutal, saying that the gopis are all lying. And there is a lovely composition of Utakada Venkata Kavi, where Lord Krishna gives his refutal. And to the song Taye Yashoda, this is Utakada Venkata Kavi's composition. Can you identify that composition? I repeat, Lord Krishna gives his refutal to Yashoda, saying that all the gopis are lying. And so can you identify that composition of Utakada Venkata Kavi? So that brings to close round 2 behind the scenes. So Austin team, the super score, as we say, Austin Amritavarshini and Andolika put together have scored 45. Dallas has scored 30 points. Dallas Desh and Dhanashree have scored 30 points together. Houston has scored 20 points. Houston Hamsadweni and Hindolam have scored 20 points. So that's the score at the end of round 2. Now we go to the next round, round 3. This time we'll start with Houston Hamsadweni. This round is called Spotify. So you have to spot and identify the mistake. I'm going to sing a song. You have to identify the mistake in how I sing the song. It could be any kind of mistake. It could be related to the ragam, the raga lakshanam, or the sahityam. I might distort the sahityam, or even the split, how the sahityam is even split. Like I might actually split it in the wrong word as well. So it could be any mistake that I do. You have to Spotify. I repeat, the round is Spotify. Spot and identify the mistake. So you have to identify the mistake in what I sing. I will deliberately make a mistake. I'm sure there might be unknowingly some mistake that I commit, but I'll deliberately make a mistake. It could be related to Raga Lakshanam, or it could be related to the Sahityam or the word, how it is split, any type of thing. I hope this is clear. So the first question goes to Houston Hamsadweni. Uraju puju cheti nyayama, uraju puju cheti nyayama, uraju puju cheti nyayama, uraju puju cheti nyayama. Yes, Houston Hamsadweni.
It's Varajupu Chuchedi Nyayama. So
Perfect.
you had a wrong split there. Chuche and
Absolutely. Orajupu Jucheti Nyayama. Like, is it fair that you are singing with your oral kanala pakram the oral jucheti? Absolutely. 20 points. Yeah, if you sing the song correctly, that will be 20 points. Super. 20 points for Houston.
Thank you.
Great. The next question goes to Austin Andolika. So, Austin Andolika, you'd have heard this composition. Om Sharavanabhayanum Tirumandiram. Om Sharavanabhayanum Tirumandiram. Om Sharavanabhayanum Tirumandiram. Austin Andolika.
The mistake is you sang Nidani, the second da. Nidani. That is, Chatushruti. Huh? Yeah, Chatushruti. And that is incorrect. So I'll just.
That is correct. Can you also sing it the right way?
Sure. Sharavana Bhavayanum Tirumandiram.
Can you sing it once more?
Nini.
Okay. Very good. That is that's the mistake I correctly identified, and so you get 20 points, Austin Andolika, for it.
Okay.
Next, the question goes to Dallas Dhanashree. This is a slightly contentious one, but I'll still go ahead with this. Marugelara. Anni nivanuchu antarangamuna. Anni nivanuchu antarangamuna. Anni nivanuchu antarangamuna. So can you Spotify the mistake?
Can you sing it once more, sir?
Anni nivanuchu antarangamuna. So let me give you a clue. So it is not totally incorrect, but this singing remains of another ragam. So it is not pure Jayantashri that you hear.
No, that is for going to the next level. But that entire section is like a hymn. The photos are nice. Just maybe it's too much.
You can try, like,
yes,
there's no negative marking.
Sir, so for the last section, as you go in, maybe it has too much of a Hindulam characteristic rather than a Jayantashri.
Yeah, so this is more of the Shuddha Danyasi is what you hear, like Panchamam, and so because Hindulam it has the Devatam, but this one Anni Vanuchu Antarangamuna Sagamama. So this is more of the Shuddha Danyasi Gamakam. I'll probably give you like 15 points. I mean, like, I think like the Sudhadanyasi. And a better way to actually like sing would be to sing the ragam which is like impregnant with that ragabhava. Anni nivanuchu antarangamuna anni nivanuchu da 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 ma papa. So there is no ambiguity. So this is something that whenever we, of course, you are singing this line in isolation. So one could argue that normally when we sing it, it's always preceded by a line and succeeded by another line. But I think whenever we sing, and it's better to sing it with so that there is no ambiguity in the ragam. So I will give 15 points to you. Yeah, sorry, you had a question?
Yeah, so on behalf of our team, we have a request. In the in the last round, the Dakka question that you had asked, Dikshidhar composition. So, so other teams got a chance. They could sing some other kriti in the ragam and they got 10 points. So we were not given the chance. So.
Yeah. Don't worry, you'll get enough opportunities to compensate. Don't worry. Yeah, this is not about winning, actually speaking. So I'm just trying to ensure every team scores. And since Dhanashree was already kind of rocking, and so I just want to give benefit of this thing so that every team scores. So don't worry about that. Yeah.
Thank you.
So I'll give you 15 points for this. Lovely answer. Yeah. Next question goes to Houston Hindolam. ఎందరో మహానుభావులు ఎందరో మహానుభావులు ఎందరో
The mistake is Mahanubhavulu. It's supposed to be Mahanubhavulu.
Correct. Sing it. Can you sing it correctly?
ఎందరో మహానుభావులు ఎందరో మహానుభావులు.
Perfect. Excellent. Houston Hindolam gets 20 points. Exactly. It should be sung this Endaro Mahanubhavulu instead of Endaroma Hanubhavulu. I mean, one of the common mistakes that we make is because the talam is such that we kind of take a breath wherever the syllable ends, and instead of actually like splitting it the right way. Correct. Houston Hindolam gets 20 points. Lovely. Next question goes to Austin Amritavarshini. So Austin Amritavarshini, the question for you is Bantu Riti Kolu Riyavaya Rama Bantu Riti Kolu Riyavaya Rama Bantu Riti Kolu Riyavaya Rama. Can you Spotify the mistake? Can you say what the mistake is?
The splitting of Kolu in Riyavaya.
Correct. So yeah, please sing it. Continue to sing.
Banduriti Kolu Riyavaya Rama Banduriti Kolu Riyavaya Rama.
Excellent. I'll give you 20 points for this. So Bantu Riti Kolu Vijavaya Rama or Koluvu Iyavaya Rama. Bantu Riti Koluvu Iyavaya Rama. That is the correct version. Or just as you sung, where you took a long breath, deep breath. Bantu Riti Kolu Vijavaya Rama. Yeah. So actually, in fact, Koluvu Iyavaya Rama is better. And Kolu Vijavaya, it's not Kolu. Also, it's Koluvi Rama. So I'll give you 20 points for this. Excellent, Austin Amritavarshini. So next, we go to Dallas Desh. Manavya Chara Tate Manavya Chara Tate Manavya Chara Tate. Yeah, I think before even I sang the first line, I think you knew the answer. I think Dallas Desh, like.
So Manavyala Kinchara should be together. Manavyala Kinchara, that day, excuse me. Manavyala Kinchara, that day. Manavyala Kinchara, that day. Manavyala Kinchara. It should be
Very
together.
good. Yeah, I think. Yeah, actually, it should be sung as Manavinala.
Yeah,
Manavinala Kincha Radate. Manavinala Kincha Radate. Manavinala Kincha Radate. Excellent, Dallas Desh. I give you 20 points for this. So that brings to closure round 3. So at the end of round 3, we have Austin Amritavarshini has scored 35 points. Dallas Desh has scored 30 points. Houston Hamsadwani has scored 30 points as well. Austin Andolika has scored 50 points. Dallas Dhanashree has scored 35 points. And Houston Hindolam has scored 30 points. So that's the standing at the end of round 3. The next round is Srishti. Wherein I will be singing a Chitteswaram that I have composed. You have to identify the ragam A. B. You have to identify the composition and sing it as well. A. You have to identify the ragam. B. You have to identify the composition and sing it. So these will be mostly Ekaika Kritis of Tyagaraja Swami, which means there is only one Kriti in that ragam. So the moment you identify the ragam, the composition also is fairly obvious. So I repeat, this is a round Srishti, where I will sing a Chitteswaram composed by me. You have to identify the ragam and the composition and sing it for us. So the first question goes to Austin Andolika. Okay, this will be the Chitteswaram. Pasadi da pada mapa magari magari sa. Pasadi da pada mapa magari magari sa. Rimagari ma pasadi da pada mapa magari magari sa. Rimagari sa. Rimagari sa rima rima pasadi da pasa pasa rimagari. Rimagari sa ni da pasa pada pa magari sa. Rima rima pasa ni da pasa pasa rimagari. Rimagari sa ni da pasa pada pa magari sa. Sari rima mapa pada rima mapa pasa sari sari magari. Sari rima mapa pada rima mapa pasa sari sari magari. Rimagari sa ni da pa magari sa rima pa magari mapa ni da pa ma. Rimagari sa ni da pa magari sa rima pa magari mapa ni da pa ma.
This is Anathudanu Ganu, Ragam Jingla.
Perfect. Can you just sing it for us?
Yeah.
Can you sing the same Shruti? Rimagari sa ni da pa magari sa rima pa magari mapa ni da pa ma. Sa pa sa.
Okay. Anathudanu Ganu, Ramane Anathudanu Ganu.
Superb. I'll give you 20 points. Let me sing the Chitteswaram along with the song for the last line alone. Sari rima baba pada rima baba pasa sari sari magari rima gari sa ni daba magari sa rima pa magari mapa ni daba magana tudanu ganu ramane ana tudanu ganu. Superb, Austin Andolika, 20 points. Next question goes to Dallas Dhanashree. Saka padapama padanisa. Saka padapama pada ni sa sada pa ma gari ni sa ka pada pa ma pada ni sa sada pa ma gari ni sa ka pa pa ma ma da pa sa da 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 ni sa gari ri da da sa da da pa pa ma gari sa ka pa pa ma da pa sa da 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 ni sa gari ri da da sa da da pa pa ma gari sa ga pa ma pa da ni sa ga ri sa da pa ma gari sa ga pa ma pa da ni sa ga ri sa da pa ma pa da ni sa ga ri sa ni sa ka sa da da pa ma pa da pa ma gari ni sa ga ri sa ni sa ka sa da da pa ma pa da pa ma gari ni.
Sir, Gambhiravani.
Correct, absolutely. Superb. That is 20 points for Dallas Dhanashree. It is a tricky one, and the reason why I'm actually like having this Chitteswaram round is actually so that the Raga Lakshanam, it's easier to understand when we compose that actually, or when we sing a Chitteswaram, and so that is why this round I did, so that we actually bring to light the Raga Lakshanam of such rare ragams. Saga ga pa pa mama mada pa sa da 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 ni sa ga ri sa ga sa da da pa 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 da ni sa ka ri sa ni sa ka sa da da pa ma pa da pa ma ga ri ni sa da madim dala to kadara. Superb, Dallas Dhanashree, 20 points. The next question goes to Houston Hindolam. So Houston Hindolam, this is not a Ekaika Kriti, because there are two Kritis in this Ragam of Tyagaraja Swami. But I think even if you get the Ragam and then sing any Kriti is also fine. Yeah. Sapa magari gama pada nisa, sapa magari gama pada nisa, pari pasa pama pada nisa pama gari gama pada nisa, pagari parisa pasa pama pada ni, sari magari risa pada ni risa da pada nisa pama mama gari gama pada ni, sari magari risa pada ni risa da papa danisa papa magari sari gama pada ni. Sari magari sapa dani sapa magari gama padani sari magari sapa dani sapa magari gama padani.
Iti yojana mujhe sevura. I do not know the ragam name though, unfortunately.
Okay, you sung it beautifully. It's anyone else can answer from Houston Hindolam what that ragam is?
Kiranavali.
Super, 20 points. There you go. And so there are two compositions, Eti Yochanalu and Paraku Jese of Tyagaraja Swami. Sapa magari gama padani sa pagari parisa pasa pama padani sari magari risa padani risa da papa dani sa papa magari sari gama padani sari magari sapa dani sapa magari gama padani yetti yochanalu jese ura yetti yochanalu. Beautiful answer, Houston Hindolam. Congrats. 20 points. The next question goes to Austin Amritavarshini. This is a tough one. Ga mappa taba maga maga saga mappa taba maga maga padam mappa gama saga mappa taba maga maga saga sani padapa maga maga saga mappa taba maga 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 ni pada pa maga mapa dani pada ni sa kasa ga mapa maga mapa dani pada ni sa kasa Kasaka Sadniza Danida Ni Pada Mapada Kamapadani Gasaka Sadniza Danisa Ni Pada Mapada Kamapadani Saka Magadi Saka Sani Parabamaga Maka Sagani Saka Magadi Saka Sani Parabamaga Maka Sagani. This is a trickier one.
It's sounding close to Kamala Manohari, but it is not. I know that it is.
Close to what, sorry?
Kamala Manohari, but it is not.
Close to Kamala Manohari, but it is not Kamala Manohari. I can give you 5 points, but not more than that.
Is there a clue?
No, I think this will be unfair if I give more clues. I've already given 5 points to you for guessing Kamala Manohari. Dallas Dhanashree will start finding fault with me if I'm biased to this team, right? So this is Sindhu Ramakriya, Sudha Madhurya Bhashan. Ga mappa tapa maga maga pada bapa gama saga mapa maga mapa dani pada nisa kasa gasa kasa nisa danisa ni pada mapa da gama pada ni saka maga nisa ka sani pada bamaga maga saga ni sudha madhurya bhashana sudha madhurya Bhashana, Sindhu Ramakriya, Tyagaraja's composition. So there is one more team, right? Dallas Desh. Actually, we have to cover Houston Hamsadvini as well. Yeah, Dallas Desh. So this is not a Ekaika Kriti. So you have quite a few Kritis in this ragam. So, but I think even if you get the one of the compositions in this ragam of Tyagaraja Swami, I'll give it to you. This is the Chiteswaram that my guru Lalgudi Jayaraman sir used to play. It's composed, and the preceding ones were all composed by me. This one is made popular by my guru. Rimanka sarima pada sanida pamari. Rimanka sarima pada sanida pamari. Magasa magasa nida pamari. Rimanka sarima pada sanida pamari. Magasa magasa nida pamari. Rimagasa rima pada sa. Rimagasa nida pamada. Sanida pamari. Rimagasa rima pada sa. Rimagasa nida pamada. Sanida pamari. Rimagasa. Yes, Dallas Desh. I thought I heard some answer actually when I was singing.
We're discussing Balahamsa.
That is correct. Absolutely. I'll give it to you 20 points. This is in Balahamsa. This composition, although is Viraja Turagaraja. Viraja Turagaraja Rimakasa Rimapada Sanida Bamati Magasa Magasa Nida Bama Rimagasa Rimapadasa Rimagasa Nida Bamabada Sanida Bama Rimagasa Viraja Turagaraja. I'll give it to you 20 points because you've identified Balahamsa and yeah. So we'll have the last round of Srishti goes to Houston Hamsadvani. So this is the Ekaika Ragam, a Vivadi Ragam of Tyagaraja Swami. Sagarima Garima Par Rima Pasa Sagarima Garima Par Rima Pasa Pasa Pada Pama Garin Sagarima Garima Par Rima Pasa Pasa Pada Pama Garin Garima Pasa ma pa sa ga ri ga ri sa ni da ma ma ga ri sa ga ri ri pa pa ma ma da da pa pa sa pa ga ri pa ri sa pa da 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 pa ma ga ri sa ga ri pa pa ma ma da da pa pa sa pa ga ri pa ri sa pa da 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 pa ma ga ri sa ga ri ma pa sa ga ri ma ga ri sa pa sa ga ri sa ni da pa da pa ma ga ri ni sa ga ri ma pa sa ga ri ma ga ri sa pa sa ga ri sa ni da pa da pa ma ga ri ni.
Any other clue?
This is a Vivadi Janya Ragam of Tyagaraja Swami. This is not a Melakarta Ragam. Saga rima garima pa rima pasa pasa pada pamagarini saga gari ripa pamara da pasa pada gari pari reza pada da da pamagari saga rima pa saga rima karisa saga risa nina pada pamagarini. Popularized by the composition was popularized by Sangeeta Kalanidhi, late great G. N. Balasubramanian.
What did you say? We didn't hear the clue.
This composition was popularized by Sangeeta Kalanidhi, great G. N. Balasubramanian, sir. Sung by MLV Amaspal.
Is Varuna Priya the Janaka Ragam for this?
It's a Janjam of Varuna Priya, you're right. I can give 10 points for that. Because this is a tough one, and it's a Janjam of Varuna Priya. That's a fabulous answer, but the name of the Ragam and the composition. Yemani Pogadadura in Veera Vasant. Yeah, I'll give 10 points. It's a fabulous answer. The Varuna Priya Janyam. Sagagari Ripa Pama Mada da Babasa Pagagari Paririsa Pada da Pamagari Sagari Mapa Sagari Makarisa Pasagari Sanida Pada Pamagari Mani Poga Dudura. So 10 points to Houston Hamsidani for the lovely answer. So that brings to closure Srishti round. I also have a round for the audience. So I'll sing Chiteswaram. This is again sung by, composition is popularized by G. N. Balasubramanian sir and MLV Amma as well. Sa gamadani zani da mapa magari gasa sa gamadani zani da mapa magari gasa magadamani da zani da gamadani sa gamadani zani da mapa magari gasa magadamani da zani da gamadani sa gamagari gasa dani zani dani da madani da madama pamagari ga sa gamagari gasa dani zani dani da madani da madama pamagari ga. So identify the composition of Tyagaraja Swami, popularized by Sangeeta Kalanidhi, late legendary G. N. Balasubramanian sir and MLV Amma. So that brings to closure the Srishti round. At this point, the super score is Austin and Dallas are tied at 105 points each, and Houston is at 90 points. Austin and Dallas are tied at 105 points, and Houston is at 90 points. So it's getting pretty close. So we'll have one more round. So this is going to be the clones round. Clones round, where I will give the composition in Tamil. You have to identify the original composition from which it was inspired by. I will give the composition in Tamil. You will have to identify the composition based on which this was inspired from. It will have the same tune. It will have the same ragamit, varnamit. So it will be in the same ragam, the same tune. Is a composition of Papanasam Shivan. Papanasam Shivan was inspired heavily by various composers, Tyagaraja Swami, Patnam Subramanian, Muthuswami Dikshitar. And so you will find that he has incorporated the same tune beautifully in Tamil language and seamlessly in Tamil language. And the original composition would be of one of the Trinity or Patnam Subramanian or Swati Tirunal, so on and so forth. So I will sing the composition of Papanasam Shivan. I won't sing actually, because if I sing it, you will know the tune. So I will just say the composition. You have to identify the composition based on which this was inspired from. So the question goes to Dallas Dhanashree. The first composition is Malarinai Thunaye. Malarinai Thunaye. Composition of Papanasam Shivan. I can give a clue. It is in Ragam Riti Gaudai. Malarinai Thunaye, a composition in Riti Gaudai Ragam in Rupakatalam. That is correct. Paripalayama. You have to sing the Tamil composition.
Oh, we have to sing that Malarinai?
Yes. But you can try. I mean, like, it's the same tune, no? So you can give it a shot. Malarinai Thunaye. Beautiful. Exactly. That is amazing for somebody who's never heard that composition and to sing it for the first time. So I will give 10 points since I gave a clue. Riti Gaudai, Rupakatalam. So that was the clue I gave. So I'll give 10 points. Excellent answer. Moving on to Houston Hindolam. Houston Hindolam. Ninnarul Iyambalaguma. Ninnarul Iyambalaguma. Nin Arul Iyambalaguma. I can give a clue in Ragam Pantuvarali in Rupakatalam. I can give a clue. Panturali Ragam, Rupakatalam.
Aparama Bhakti Yanto Gopara.
Okay, this is actually based on. I can give you 5 points for this because Tyagaraja's Panturali Rupakam, you got it. This is actually based on Ninu Niranammi. Ninu Niranammi Nura Ninnarul Iyambalaguma. So that is the composition that it was inspired from. I'll give you 5 points. Aparama Bhakti is also in Panturali in Rupakatalam, Tyagaraja. So good try, Houston Hindolam. Yeah. The next, we go to Austin Amrita Varshini. Austin Amrita Varshini. Nijam Unnai Nambinen. Oh my goodness, you know this answer. Okay, can you sing it for us? That is, you get 20 points off the number Varshini. Yeah. Next, we go to Dallas Desh. Dallas Desh. ஈசனே இந்த ஏழைக்கு இறங்க இன்னும் தாமதமா. ஈசனே
இந்த ஏழைக்கு இன்னும் தாமதமா. But what is the original?
Sugunamule
20 points. Combination of, I think, Sridharji and youngster actually like rocking to find it. Yes. Isane in the Yerik Iranga Innum Tamadama is inspired from Sugunamulli.
Thank you.
20 points to Dallas Desh. Next, we go to Houston Hamsadweni. Houston Hamsadweni. Mata Innum Vata. Oh, Jagan Mata.
Mata Innum Vata. Oh, Jagan Mata Innum Vata. Uyatire Mahidayin Nayagiye Taye Sakala Loka.
Super. This is inspired from which composition? The first line.
Should it be Tyagaraja?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Broche
Houston Hamsadweni has rocked this round. 20 points. Super. So the last question of this round goes to Austin Andolika. So since it's the last round, last question. Madhyamavati. Karpagame Kanparai. The first line is inspired from which composition? And again, when I say this inspired, it's not like the entire composition is just is the same tune. It could be facets of it. So in this case, it's the first line. Karpagame Kanparai.
Wait 1 second. Yeah, no, it's not that one. It's not that one. Nah, it's that one. I don't know, did I do it? No, it's not. What? What is it? Karpagame? Can you translate? Okay, the whole line then. No, I don't think it's not. It's just the tune?
Running. Sorry?
Is it just the tune?
Is it just the tune or the meaning as well?
It's a tune. It's a tune.
No. That's it.
I can give you a clue.
Yeah, please.
Tyagaraja Swami's composition. As I said, the first line.
What is it? Maybe let's try that. Nagumomo Ganava. I don't know. Do you know this one? I don't know the whole song.
You know that, right?
I know that. Okay. Do you know that? Right?
No, I don't.
I don't think so. I don't think
It's
so.
not that song.
Okay.
What better guess?
Yeah, I know.
That sounds kind of like it. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
You wanna sing?
I don't think it's that song.
Okay, then.
Probably you're running out of time.
Oh, we're out of time. Do you want to sing?
No.
Okay.
I think you were trying to say Nagumomo, right? In Madhyamavati of Tyagaraja. So this is actually Muchada Brahma. Muchada Brahma Karpagame Kadai Kanparai. You knew the song? Muchada Brahma?
Yeah.
Okay. I can still give you 5 points since you answered Madhyamavati Tyagaraja Nagumomo, so I can still give you 5 points. I think I am probably the most lenient grandmaster ever on earth. I'll just give points for anything that's being answered. So that brings to closure the 5th round, clones round. So we also have a round for the audience. Vandadum Solai of Kalki. Vandadum Solai of Kalki is inspired from which composition? When I say inspired, it's the tune, especially the starting Pallavi. Vandadum Solai of Kalki is inspired from which composition of Tyagaraja Swami? So that's for the audience. So I think the organizers, Rohit, will consolidate finally the answers that the audience is given and mention who have got the maximum answers correct. So at this point, the super scores are Austin 130, Dallas 135, and Houston 115. I repeat, Austin 130, Dallas 135, and Houston 115. So I don't know, Rohit ji, Jayashree ji, and Ranjana ji, do we have time for just one quick round?
I think we did 5 rounds, is it not? We still have time for one sixth last round.
Quick round. Yeah, okay, let's just do this. So this is going to be a super interesting round. So we'll start with Houston Hindolam. So let me explain this round. I think like all of you, if you could pay attention to this round, that'll be great. So De Sadi Talam. So De Sadi Talam, as we know, is 1.5 beats, right? Like from Samam, we start 1.5 beats. So there are numerous compositions of Tyagaraja in this De Sadi Talam. So this is going to be asking you to render as many compositions of Tyagaraja Swami in De Sadi Talam, and you should only sing the first half of the first line. For example, Brova Barama Teliyale Rama. So this way you keep going on and on and on. So there are numerous compositions of Tyagaraja Swami in De Sadi Talam, as we know. So the team which is going to sing the most number of compositions actually kind of gets the most points type of a thing. So Houston Hindolam, you can start now.
మనవినాళకించరాదటే
మనవ్యాలకిన్ ఎంత నేర్చినా భారమా గునాయక తెలియలేదు రామ నన్ను బ్రోబని అటుకార బంటు రీతి కోలు అమ్మా
Good. So that's about 10 compositions. Okay, great attempt, Houston Hindolam. I'll make it as 11 actually. So over to the next team, Austin Amritavarshini. Great attempt, Houston Hindolam. Austin Amritavarshini.
Same question. Is it the same?
Same question. Whoever answers the maximum number of compositions. So let me make it more interesting because to give because the first team that answers is the toughest actually, right? So you should not repeat the same composition that they have sung. So it should be a separate set because the team that answers the last will have the advantage of actually listening to everybody else and singing the same. So you have to sing an entire set. So running out of time, and this is like more half avartanam and then moving on to the next composition. So I will probably move on to the next team, Dallas Desh. Dallas Desh.
Yeah, no, okay. So no, because Manasudoni Mamulu Girisraja Sudha Tanaya Marukelara Ma Kelara మనవ్యారకించగా ఎంత భాగ్యమున ఎంత నేర్చిన చపలము ఏమి ఎంత నేర్చిన ఎంత చూచిన రఘునాయక చదమేదగా సరియౌవదే ఎటి యోచనలు సీతాపతి నా మనసున మా జానకి జట పెట్టగా శ్రీరఘుకుల మధుకుచినేమో రఘునాయక రఘువంశ సుధా బుద్ధి చంద్రశ్రీ అంబవాణి నన్నదరింపవే బాగా మాయలంతో
That was wonderful. That was superb. Great effort. And I would actually like, I recorded 12 because you sang non-Tyagaraja compositions also, like Ambavani, like Harikeshna, and also some that was repeated. So you've sung 12 unique compositions that were Tyagaraja that were not repeated in the earlier rounds, but fantastic, fabulous effort from Dhanashree. Houston Hamsadwani.
పరాత్పరా ఇది న్యాయమా బ్రోవబారమా ఎంత నేర్చిన రఘునాయక ఒరజుకు నన్ను బ్రోవని మరుగేలరా మాకేలరా వంటు రీతి అభిమానమెంతయదేరు రామ పరలోక మనస పరిపాహిమా కనుకొంటిని గానమూర్తే జగదాంబికే సదా మదిందల దుగదరా సదా మదిందల దుగదరా ఎంత వేడుకుందు రాఘవ అంత మేలరా.
Okay, so that's great.
శ్రీరఘుకుల మందు పూర్తి దేవు రఘువంశ సురాంబుది చంద్రశ్రీ రమణాజ
Thank you. That is like I've noted 8 unique songs that you have sung, like that was not repeated by the earlier teams because it was also half hour then, so you get the advantage if you sing for more time actually. So I've taken noted 8 unique songs. The next goes to Austin Andolika.
Okay, sorry. Okay. తెలియలేరు రామ భక్తి మార్గమును కనుకొంటిని శ్రీరాముని నేడు మా జానకి చటబట్టక మరుగేలరా ఓ రాఘవ అటోకారదని పల్క నన్ను బ్రోవనీకింత తమసమా ఎటి యోచనలు చేసేతురా ఎంత నేర్చినా ఎంత చూచినా ఒరజుపుచూచేది న్యాయమా నన్ను కన్న తల్లి నా భాగ్యమా అపరాధములన్నీయు మన్నించి గానమూర్తే శ్రీకృష్ణ వేణు శ్రీపతే పద ఏ దారి సంచరింతురా శ్రీ నరసింహ మగంపహి రఘువంశ సుధాంబుధి చంద్రశ్రీ గిరిరాజ సుత తనయ సదయ.
Excellent. Super.
Samadana. Okay.
Superb, Austin Andolika. I've noted 6 compositions that have not been sung by previous teams, and also some compositions were not Tyagaraja, like Apuradamulan, which is Patnam Subramanian, but superb attempt, Austin Andolika. Great attempt. So last, we go to Dallas Dhanashree.
చలమేలరా సాకేతరా తొలినేను చేయు పూజ రఘునాయక ఎంత నేర్చిన గానమూర్తే బాగాయనయ్యా పుణితాసుడని దేవాదిదేవ సదాశివ అపరాధమూలని కళల నేర్చిన సీతాపతే నా మనసున శ్రీపతేని సరస సామదాన విరదండ చతుర తెలియదేరు రామ భక్తి అటుకారాదని
ఎటి యోచన
Super.
అంబవాణినం ఆదరించవే.
Great. I think you've sung 7 songs that have not been sung by other teams. Fabulous attempt, Dallas Dhanashree. Great attempt. I think there are more than 75 compositions of Tyagaraja Swami in Deshadi. We can keep going on and on. And I think my guru Lal Griji Raman sir used to sing various compositions in Deshadi like this. Ninnada Chiraravade Sarasiruha Kantajudumi Chintane Sada Ukapari Chinnanade Darida Puleka Karuna Judavaya Yavaritone Yavarunnaru Kamalapta Kula Kanatan Kanukuntidi Paluku Kantache Ranidhi Radu Sariyavare Smarane Sukhamu Tanavaritanamu Vararagalaya Vinaradana Paralokabayamu Srikantaniyada Vachamagocharame Manasa. I tried to sing whatever was not sung by the rest of the participants, but fabulous attempt by each team. And I think I actually just wanted to kind of bring out all the facets of the Trinity and other great composers, and especially in this round, how many different varieties that Tyagaraja Swami has composed in this Deshaditanam that he owns, and many composers have been inspired from that. That include Papanasam Shivan, Patnam Subramanian, Muttiya Bhagavatar, etc. So that kind of actually brings to close this TexaSwaraVyuha online game show. And before I announce the winners, runner-up, and the third place, I would want to give it back to Rohit, Jayshriji, and Srividyaji for any comments. Rohitji, you want to make any comments?
Yes,
Jayshriji?
I'm bringing everybody on. Give me 1 second as usual. I don't see the Houston. Is Srividya there?
Yeah. Sridevi ji will speak first. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
So Before we get into the vote of thanks again, we were glad that at least 2 of our FB streams were working as designed. So we did have a technical glitch, but we sailed through the whole program. So again, thank you for everybody for their patience. And I will pass it on to all the teams to say their vote of thanks. And this has been just very fabulous, Saketharaman.
Namaskaram all. This is Sridevi Josila from Classical Art Society, Houston. Big thanks to Saketharaman for hosting the show, and then we really enjoyed everybody in our team. I'm sure all the other teams also enjoyed this show. Thank you so much, and we sincerely thank IFAA Dallas and Antarnada, Austin, and all the teams actually. For bringing this and for collaborating this with Classical Arts Houston. And we also thank Ranjana Narasimhan from Classical Arts Houston. You know, she's did the entire thing. Actually, she collaborated with the other teams. And Rohit ji, I mean, for all the tech support. It's we had some initial calls about this, and then the maintaining technical group like this. I mean, the maintaining this with 6 groups, it's not a joke, and it's really tough. And then he was so patiently he did it so patiently. And thank you, Rohit ji, for all your support. And again, we sincerely thank Rajarajeshwari Madam for training these students from Houston, both the teams from Houston, and also parents of these students.
Yeah. Namaskaram, this is Sai Nidhesh from IFAA Dallas. Thank you so much, Vidwan Saketharaman. It was such an enlightening quiz show. It was one of a kind. It was both entertaining and informative. We got to know such rare ragas, rare compositions, and different kind of edipus. I think everybody would walk home richer, gotten the wealth of music. So thank you so much, Saketharaman, for that. Thank you, CAS Houston and Antarnada Austin, for collaborating with us and being part of this one-of-a-kind game show. From all of us, for all the teams, I congratulate the teams for their efforts. Answering a question when you're on the spotlight, even the kritis will be blacked out. So in spite of all that, kudos to all the teams who gave such brilliant answers. So it's IFAA Dallas thanking all of you for this.
And yeah, personal thanks so much to Saketharaman. When we approached you, you were kind enough to say yes to this, and you helped us shape this and craft this event. It's a pretty unique event, and thanks to you, and thanks to all the collaborating organizations as well. And wonderful show. We all enjoyed it. Hope the audience enjoyed it. I know we did have some glitches, but we plan to go through the comments on the audience section pretty soon. Yeah. Thank you.
Namaste, this is Rama Hariharan. On behalf of Antarnada, I wish to thank all the participants, organizers, and particularly our quizmaster, Vidwan Saketharaman. Thank you so much for such an incredible evening that you gave us today. This is a great way to welcome spring to Texas. As you know, spring starts this month. And thanks to all who volunteered to participate and also make this so much fun for all of us. In particular, Antarnada wishes to thank our advisory board members as well, Dr. C.M. Venkatachalam Mama and Dr. Bhamati Gopalakrishnan, who also helped us choose the participants and train the participants partially in spite of the very limited time that we had. And also Mr. Vivek Sundararaman, who really wanted to be part of this game today but couldn't be, but he actually helped organize some coaching sessions internally, and this was great. Thank you, everyone, and thank you particularly Mr. Vidwan Saketharaman for bringing this all to us. This is such an incredible way to do this. I mean, so we just couldn't anticipate what was coming. So that was the best part of it. So people were preparing all kinds of theoretical questions and this and that, but this was great. Thank you so much.
So thank you to all the organizers for giving this opportunity. Thank you, Jayashree ji from IFAA Dallas, Ranjana ji from Classical Art Society Houston, Rohit ji from Antarnada. Thank you, Ramaji. Sai Harini ji, who is very involved in the ideation of this game show from Dallas. Thanks to all the gurus of the participants, right? And how much they have trained the students. It's just fabulous, right? Because the easiest question is to ask questions. The toughest thing is to actually answer them. And especially as Sai Harini mentioned, most times we would know the answer, but when we are put on the spot, it takes a bit of time to recollect it, and it kind of rings a bell when we actually go home or right after that question is answered. So fabulous participation from all the participants, like fabulous performance, lovely singing, lovely thinking, thought process, lovely camaraderie between all the teams. It was such a great experience for me to host this. Thanks to all the Rasikas who are watching this, and we are hoping to see all of you live wherever we're going to be performing throughout the globe, throughout the year. So dying to have that live experience soon, and especially in the United States, for us to see the organizers and Rasikas in person, and similarly for the Rasikas to come over to India and hear us and all musicians and dancers, watch all the dances and watch all the dramas, etc., and enjoy the Margari spirit. Definitely, the last couple of years, Margari hasn't been the same without all of you, and I'm sure US hasn't been the same without all of us as well. So I think it was a fabulous opportunity for us to host this. Personally, for me to host this and prepare all these questions as well. So at this point, I would like to announce the runners-up. So it's a tie between two teams for the runners-up of TexaSwaraVyuha. So the runners-up are Austin and Houston with 135 points. So congratulations, Austin and Houston team. We have a tiebreaker. We're not going to have further round. So there are two runners-up for TexaSwaraVyuha 2022. Congratulations to Austin and Houston teams. And the champion of TexaSwaraVyuha 2022 is Dallas, so with 155 points. So the champion for TexaSwaraVyuha 22 is Dallas. Congratulations to all the participants from Dallas, Desh and Dhanashree, as well as congratulations to all the participants, Austin, Amritavarshini and Andolika, as well as Houston, Hindolam and Hamsatvani. So this was just a way for us to get together, get some fun, and as well as get some pass on, share some knowledge, information, and have some fun. So obviously, it's more about participation than winning. That's it. Congratulations to all the participants. I had a great time hosting. Hopefully, all of you enjoyed the show, and thank you all for this opportunity.
Thank you again, Saketharaman ji. Have a great weekend, everybody. Good night. Thank you.